Sebastians. Hope you all are fine and well at your places. This is your story time. This is your entertainment time. And today I am going to narrate you a story, The Happy Prince. So get ready to enjoy the story.
This is a story about the statue of a happy prince and a little bird. The happy prince was a beautiful statue, stood on a tall column high above the city. The statue was covered with thin leaves of gold. He had sapphires for his eyes and a ruby in his throat. One night, a little beautiful bird, swallow, flew over the city. He was tired and wanted to spend the night between the feet of the happy prince. As he was ready to sleep, just then a large drop of water fell on him. It was curious, as there were no clouds in the sky. Then another drop of water fell on him. The swallow decided to look for another place. Just then third drop fell on him. He looked up and saw that these were the tears from the eyes of the happy prince, and the swallow filled with pity. The swallow asked, "Who are you and why are you crying?" The happy prince told the swallow that he lived in a palace while he was alive and had a kind human heart. There was no sorrow at all, and his courtiers called him the happy prince. After his death, he had been set up on a high pillar. His heart is made up of lead yet, and it always weeps when he sees the ugliness and misery of his city. He told the swallow that far away in a little street, a little boy of seamstress is sick. He is crying, and his mother could not give him oranges to eat. He asked the swallow to give his ruby to the poor woman when he was going to Egypt. But he obeyed the happy prince, and then he flew and laid the ruby on the table of the poor woman. Then the happy prince saw a writer. He was suffering from cold and was hungry. Happy prince asked the swallow to give one of the sapphire to the writer. The swallow did not want to pluck out the sapphire from his eyes, but he obeyed him unwillingly. After that, the happy prince saw a match girl and her matches fall into the gutter. At his command, the swallow very unwillingly plucked out the sapphire from the other eye of happy prince, and now the prince was totally blind. The swallow slipped the sapphire into the palm of the match girl. Then the happy prince allowed the swallow to fly away to Egypt, but the swallow decided to stay with the blind prince forever. The swallow reported about the suffering of the starving people. At the command of the happy prince, the swallow took off the golden leaves from the statue and distributed them among the poor people. Now the statue was dull and grey. The frost made the swallow colder and colder, and he was about to die. He flew to the happy prince, who bade him kiss him on the lips. The swallow fell down dying at the feet of the statue. The lead heart of the prince broke into two. The mayor ordered that the statue should be pulled down because it was neither beautiful nor useful. The broken heart did not melt in the furnace. It was thrown away on a dust heap where the dead swallow was also lying. God asked the angels to bring the two most precious things in the city. God praised the angels' choice in bringing him the leaden heart of the happy prince and the dead swallow. So students, this is the story of the happy prince. Hope you have enjoyed this story, students. Thank you so much.